What's up everyone, this is Max Power and this is another episode of Maxed Out. If you like the video, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 most underrated Xbox One games. These are the games that could be great but that didn't quite sell well or as people expected. These are the games that you may not find on many end of the year lists, apart from maybe one of them. All these games can be picked up cheap these days, so if you get the chance, then I highly recommend buying them and to make up your own mind. And besides, if Max Power is endorsing them, then hey, they can't possibly be all bad. The following are in no particular order, so let's get to the list. So, kicking off the list, we have the game that everybody loves and nobody bought, Sunset Overdrive. This completely over-the-top action game seemed to turn many people off for some reason. But once you get your hands on the controller and have some time with the game, the sense of movement and satisfaction you get from the parkour and chaining moves together whilst firing off the ridiculous weapons and raining bullets onto the hordes of enemies below is just flat out fun. The game also looks gorgeous, with a great visual style and with a sense of humour that only adds to the game. The more you play this game, the better it becomes as you become accustomed to the controls. This game deserves to be a part of any Xbox One collection. Up next, we have the rough around the edges but still very enjoyable Recall. With likeable main characters in a good setting, this action-packed adventure is only let down by its repetitive nature, long load times and its smaller budget. The action is fast and can get chaotic, and the main character of Jewel is a joy to control. If this game had a larger budget, then the game world could have been fleshed out more and some extra money and time could have been spent to iron out the rough spots, such as some muddy textures and an empty game world. It did launch at a budget price though, and it's a lot cheaper now and worth a pickup. Coming in next, we have Quantum Break by the fantastic Remedy Studios. Anyone that enjoyed Max Payne or Alan Wake owes it to themselves to play this action sci-fi adventure game. It isn't the longest game on the market, clocking in at around the 6 to 8 hour mark, but I enjoyed every damn minute of it. The live action TV show woven into the game was enjoyable and a change of pace, which not everybody enjoyed, but it's good to see developers trying something different with the medium. Gunplay and abilities are fantastic to use, but one word of warning before going in, this is not a cover shooter. Game mechanics are designed around the player moving around constantly, combining weapon play and abilities together. Chaining these all together to eliminate multiple enemies without taking a bullet is very satisfying. This game is a definite purchase. Rolling up next, we have the sequel that we wanted to include a single player campaign so people would buy it, but which they didn't anyway. The mighty Titanfall 2. This game is worth buying, especially at the cheap prices now, just for the single player campaign alone. It is one of the most enjoyable single player adventures in a first person shooter for some time, and the multiplayer is both fast paced and hectic. Different to the first game, with changes that not everybody wanted in the multiplayer, it still has fun to be had in it, but the standout part is the single player game, with a fantastic ally in the form of BT. Gunplay is still very solid, with player movement being both quick and fluid. Did I mention BT is awesome? This is a must play. And lastly, we have that Xbox One launch game that still melts eyeballs today. Even if you'll be putting a sword through the hundreds of enemy eyeballs too before the game is over. This is Ryse Son of Rome, a hack and slash style game with many quick timer events, but damn are they satisfying. With criticism levelled at the game being centred around the basic combat and repetitive nature of the game, it didn't stop me from having a blast with what is arguably one of the best looking console games of all time. Even over 4 years after launch, Xbox fans have continually held on to hope for a sequel, but nothing has surfaced. With an amazing setting, interesting story, brutal combat, and yeah, did I mention it looks gorgeous? Ryse is a no-brainer to add to your collection. So there are my top 5 most underrated Xbox One games. Do you agree with the list, or did I miss a game that should definitely be included? Leave a comment and like the video, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on Maxed Out.